How's it going, guys? I'm Ray. Welcome back to my Sims 4 channel. Today we are doing yet another home in Newcrest in my Building Newcrest series. If you don't know, the past 3 videos that I've uploaded to this channel have all been of me building Newcrest for the first time, which is something totally new to me, not just for the channel. I've never rebuilt Newcrest before. It just is such a big world, and I didn't think that I would have the commitment that it would take to get it done, but we are 4 builds in now, technically 5, because I have another build coming out hopefully later this week that I'm really proud of, and I'll probably end up spending most of this video talking about that build. But real quick, I want to tell you a little bit about who I imagined this house to be for. So, as I was building, I kind of wanted to make this for a single woman sim in her early or mid 30s, and I had the idea that she got this house from her grandmother. And the reason she got this house from her grandmother was because her grandmother is going into a retirement home, and her grandmother loves to garden. So she has a big garden in her yard and lots of plants that need cared for. And basically my thought was that this sim is really close to her grandmother and they both love gardening, so that's why she decided to leave this house to her. She knew that she would take care of her garden and her plants. So I also had the idea that this sim is kind of a cool aunt type, so she has her niece and nephew come visit this home quite often, and especially because it was the home of their great-grandmother, and this house ends up having a pool, so they come over quite often to use the pool, and they just really enjoy their time at this house with it being so big, and there's so much room because of their aunt just being a single sim. So yeah, that's the backstory when it comes to this house. I really thought about this family for hours upon hours, as you can probably tell, which I normally don't do. I don't put a lot of thought into my currently non-existent Sims when I'm building. But as I've been working on these homes for Newcrest, I'm really leaning towards making some households to go in these houses and just kind of make my own save file. I'm not sure yet, we'll have to see, but yeah, that's kind of the idea right now. I didn't expect to come up with so many households and stories and sims, so I kind of just want to give that a try. We'll see what happens. But as you can see, we are working on the floor plan right now. So this house has 2 bedrooms and 2 baths. It's not very big upstairs, but it's quite spacious downstairs, and obviously there's a garden and a big pool. So we do end up moving lots. As you can see, this is way too tiny to hold all of what I just described, and that's because the more that I built, I was just like, we're outgrowing this lot, we can't build here anymore. So I ended up having to move to a much larger lot, and that was a scary task for me because I'm not used to building on big lots, especially ones that, you know, if I build like a average size home and then I have this big yard, I'm not used to that. I like little tiny yards. The house next door that I did a build on, if you guys happen to see that build, oh my gosh, there's next to no yard, and that's just what I like. I think it's fun to build small yards or small spaces. So building this big yard is something that I'm a little bit insecure about, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know. I'm not feeling it 100%. I think the front yard ends up being okay, but the back, I don't know. I think that comes from just the fact that I'm not a gardener. I don't like being outside very much as far as like landscaping and working in the yard. It's just not my thing. I've never enjoyed that. So as you can see now, we are on the bigger lot, and this is so huge, just so outside my comfort zone. But yeah, I'm just not a green thumb kind of person. My mom is, but I don't know, dirt and plants and bugs and sun. No, I'm a vampire, you know, like I want to stay out of the sun. I'm just not that type of person. But at least that means I will sparkle if I step out into the sun, you know? Any Twilight fans out there? I know I am. Are you Team Jacob or Team Edward? I have to know. I am Team Edward, just so you guys know. That's an important bit of information that you all need to know about me. Oh, but I almost forgot to tell you guys, as you can see, this yard ends up having a little shed in the back, which I loved. It's my favorite part about this build, and the reason I did it was because I figured, you know, since she's a gardening sim, she's probably going to need a big space to store all of her tools, and her grandmother probably had a bunch of tools out there as well, and it also just helped fill up the tremendous amount of space that we had on this lot. And to be honest, I kind of cheated a little bit because I really didn't use the whole lot. I ended up putting a fence in, and then in the little bit of back that did that even make sense? The little bit that we had left of the yard, that makes way more sense, ends up having some trees. I think I just placed some random trees and called it a day, and you know, that worked out all right, I guess. But this is the exterior, and now that I'm looking at it, it's not bad. I mean, I knew that this build was decent, but it looks pretty good. It's been a few days since I built this because, again, I've been working on a big project that I am so beyond excited to share with you guys. OMG. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of info on what's to come. So first of all, I have this build, and then I have a collab coming up with my IRL bestie, Whitney, also known as Black Essence, here on YouTube. But then I'm going to release a build. OMG. Are you guys ready for this? It's a build in Newcrest. I don't know if it's going to stay as a part of my Building Newcrest series. It's just kind of where I ended up putting it because I needed a huge lot. I built a tiny trailer park. I have wanted to do this in The Sims for ages. Now, I'm getting really excited, like I'm the first person to ever do this. I am not the first person to ever make a trailer lot in The Sims, but this was a very ambitious thing for me to do. So if you don't know, I really like trailer homes in real life, and I really like trailer parks, and I think they get a bad rap. Honestly, in my area, there are some really nice trailer parks that are super well kept and just beautiful. And so I wanted to make a lot that was kind of inspired by what is in my area. So I ended up making a big lot full of tiny trailer homes. The homes are super small, but they're really, really cute. And I'm just so excited to share this project with you. I've worked so hard on it. It's not perfect. It's not great. It's not anything amazing, but I'm proud of it because I thought I would have quit like halfway through, but I didn't. I finished it, I saw it to the end, and I'm so excited. I can't stop saying I'm excited, but I just keep thinking about it every single day, every single night. I just can't wait to share it with you guys. But anyway, maybe we should talk about the build that I'm doing right now. Maybe that'd be a good thing to do. So this is what the living room ends up pretty much looking like in this house. And surprise, surprise, there's a lot of neutrals. I'm sure you guys are shocked, but I will say that you guys have been super sweet here on my channel. So let me just take a moment to talk a little bit about what's been going on for the past 6 days, almost a week. So I'm filming this on Sunday. This will probably go up tomorrow on a Monday, but basically my channel has been blowing up. Well, okay. Let's not exaggerate. You know, it's not like I've gone viral or anything, but in my opinion, to me, my channel has been blowing up. It's been popping off. So I have gotten over 1,000 views since uploading my first video here on this channel, and over 70 new subscribers, which is absolutely insane. I think the last time that I talked about the views that I got on my channel, I had 200. But so many of you guys have been finding my videos, and I just feel so happy and blessed by that. It's been so awesome, and you guys have been so ridiculously kind to me. I don't know why. I feel like I am so undeserving of the sweet and amazing, incredible comments that I've gotten from all of you, but I appreciate them so much, and you don't know what they mean to me, honestly. So many of you guys have been telling me that you love my builds and that I'm really talented and creative, and I'm like, what? Like, my little builds are good? Like, I don't understand it, but you guys have been so sweet and just boosting my confidence. Like, like too high, too high. Y'all need to bring me down a little bit. I'm just kidding. Please don't. I'm fragile, and hate comments will bother me. No, I'm just kidding. You know, if I get a negative comment, when I get a negative comment, you know, they don't matter. The good ones, the kind ones, those are what matter. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching my little builds. It's just amazing. Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the love and support. It's been amazing. It really truly has. I've been refreshing my channel, and every time I get an increase in subscribers and views, and it's just like, why would you guys watch my little videos? But thank you so much. I really am just stunned. I truly am. But I talked through almost the entire downstairs because we are working on the kitchen now. But the whole reason I brought that up was because you guys were like so sweet about my use of neutrals, which was amazing. You guys were like, no, the neutrals, they're good. That's your style and they look nice. Like, keep at it. So that was really kind and made me feel less insecure. But I did try to add a little bit of color into this build. As you can see, I used a blue fridge and a blue oven. I don't think I changed that. God, I hope I don't. I know I changed a little bit about this build later on. It might have been off camera because I think I found out that I reused basically an entire bathroom from one of my recent builds. It was like the same tile, the same wallpaper. I think the wallpaper in the dining room was the same wallpaper that I just used in a recent build, and I'm like, no, we have to change it. We have to try to branch out just a little bit. I don't want you guys to see the same thing over and over and over again. There's a difference between you guys seeing my personal style and you guys literally seeing the same living room, the same kitchen. So I wanted to switch things up a bit. You'll see that later on. We add some color into the dining room. I think it ties in with the rug. We end up using like a pinkish red orangey color. It's kind of a unique color, but I really liked it. And we thought about adding some color to the kitchen, but I don't think we ever did. Right now we're working on the mud room. I've been doing a lot of these mud rooms lately. I don't know if it's weird that this has 2 doors. Since we have 2 sets of stairs on the front porch, I just kind of thought that would work. So I don't know if that's strange, but I think it's convenient for gameplay, so that's something. But here is the bathroom that ended up being like the exact same as one of my recent builds, and I'm just like, no, we'll change it. So I did go around the house and change a few things. There's some other things that I can't remember that I know I changed up, but it's just little stuff basically. But yeah, this is pretty much the downstairs. I'm pretty happy with it. I like the layout. I think it's fun, something a little bit different than I've done recently. And this is a pretty big house for me, to be honest. Everything looks, oh, this is what I ended up changing. The wallpaper in the house. Well, yeah, I guess technically the house. It started with the downstairs living room, and then I added it all throughout the hallway upstairs and this bedroom. And so that's the other major change that I did. And then there's that wallpaper I was telling you about in the dining room. But now we are working on this sunny yellow bedroom. So obviously, because this sim is a gardening sim, I thought, you know what? I bet she likes sunflowers. So I used this painting that I've been wanting to use for quite some time, and it just didn't fit any of the builds that I had been using, but it worked perfectly in this house. And so I gave her a nice sunny yellow room. I wanted to give her a much brighter yellow wallpaper than this like sweet little butter yellow, but it just ended up being too much. So I toned it down a little bit, and that's this result, and I think we end up keeping it. But I love it. It's very country chic. That's kind of the whole vibe that I was going with for this house. It's like country, but make it Pinterest. That's kind of what I wanted to go for, and I think we achieved something like that, at least. I like it. I think it looks good. I'd be happy to upload a picture of my bedroom to Pinterest if it looked like this. And yeah, we're basically about done with this room. We just put up curtains, and then across from the bed, I think we had a dresser and a mirror. and that should be about it. But we did turn one of the other bedrooms, or not one of the other bedrooms, the other bedroom, into an office, because I also kind of thought that maybe she liked to do crafts and, cross stitching or knitting or something like that. So we end up giving her a really fun office that I'm excited to share. I think we utilized the same wallpaper that I used down in the dining room, but I made it super colorful and fun. The other parts of the house are pretty neutral, as you can probably tell, but I thought it would be cool if her office was just a really fun space that you walked into and it just sparked joy and creativity, and it would just felt separate from the rest of the house and just a space to be creative in. I'm somebody who likes to do something creative no matter what it is, whether it be crafting, whether it be reading or gaming, making videos. I always have to be doing something, even putting together puzzles, like anything. So I understand the importance of having an office that just makes you feel good when you walk into it. So that was kind of the idea, and I'm really excited. We used a lot of nifty knitting in that room, I believe, and we combined a few other things. I don't like to rely too heavily on one pack when I make these builds, because I don't want it to look like it is a one pack build. Even if it's not, I don't want it to look that way. I have a lot of fun mixing items from separate packs together and seeing what matches from different packs. That's always fun for me. So I think we're about done. We used that really cute chair from, I think it's Cottage Living. Did we use it downstairs too? We might have used it downstairs in a different color. I can't remember. I've blabbed through so much of this that I don't really remember much of the build, if I'm being completely honest. But here's kind of what I meant by mixing packs, because this is the desk from Cats and Dogs, and it matches perfectly with this chair from Cottage Living. I toy around with changing the swatches, but I think we go back to the original. And of course I used a lamp from the Basement Treasures kit. I'm sorry, I love that kit. I can't even speak. I love that kit so much. But there's the rug. The color scheme was kind of based off of the rug, which is typically what I do if I just have no clue what to do with a room. I grab some sort of furniture piece and I'm like, what colors are in this item? And that helps things come together pretty well. If you're a new builder in The Sims, that's kind of like a life hack, is just grab an item that you like and go off of the colors that are in it. I typically go with rugs. I think that's what people usually do, and it's very helpful. So that's just a little tip for you guys. But here you can see I was about to say knitting. What is that? Yarn. That's what it is. It's a pack of yarn, but it's what your sim uses to knit. You have to have that pack in your inventory, I believe, and then you knit. I don't play a lot outside of build mode, in case you couldn't tell, but hopefully that will change soon. I mentioned in one of my earlier builds, I don't remember which one it was, that I would like to do a Rags to Riches series, so we'll see. We might step out of build mode relatively soon. I don't know. But we're working on the hallway now. I did reuse a couple of items. I think I reused that console table and the flower pot? Is that what it's called, a flower pot? I don't know. The sunflower item from Cats and Dogs. I reused that. And then that plant is from Paranormal Stuff. Paranormal Stuff, the lamp is from Get Famous, which I really like, and I had forgotten about it for a long time, but that lamp in the white swatch is actually really pretty. And I used that shelf is from, oh gosh, it's one of the kits. Country something or other? I honestly don't remember. Country Kitchen? Is that what it was? I think that's it. But that shelf is massive. So I used it twice in this house and I just sized it down, but it's the white swatch with the sunflower, which I thought was nice. So there are a lot of sunflower paintings around here, and I also ended up adding sunflowers to the backyard, which you will see in just a moment. I toyed around with using these big red vines. I don't know what they're called, but I don't like those. I always like the items, but when I put them on my builds, they look so bulky and I just can't get behind it. I don't like the way they look. So I end up using the vines. Is it ivy? Yeah, it's ivy. That's what I end up using all the time. That little ivy from, I want to say it's high school years. I could be wrong. And I just mixed that with a couple of flowers, and I think it looks really pretty. I like it a lot. But here we are doing my favorite part of the build, which was the shed. And I've never done a shed like this in a backyard, at least not that I can remember. And I really like it because it's not often that I make sheds with the intention of it actually being a shed. So I love to make shed to tiny homes. So it looks like the exterior looks like a classic shed like this, but inside it's just a tiny house. And so that's something I do pretty frequently, but I've never built something like this where it's like meant for storage, because I think for the most part, although I tried to make this place actually be useful, but for the most part it's kind of like garages where it's just kind of for show, you know? But I really wanted to make sure there was activities to do in this house, I was about to say cottage. I just said it. Shed, storage shed. There we go. I'm sorry, you guys. It is 8:34 right now, and I'm 27, and I'm old, and I go to bed at 8 now, so I'm actually up past my bedtime, which is crazy for me. But I really wanted to get this out for you guys and show this to you so that way I can get it out of the way and then show you my trailer park, my tiny trailer park, because I'm so excited about that build. I know I said that earlier, but you know, it's nice to look forward to sharing something with my friends, because you guys are my friends now. I feel like I've gotten to know you guys a little bit, and you guys have gotten to know me a little bit, and we have a little community going, which is incredible, because I didn't really have that too much with my other channel. It was kind of dry over there. So I haven't uploaded a while. If you guys don't know, I have a spooky channel called Ray of Sunshine where I play scary games, but I haven't uploaded for 2 months. And that wasn't on purpose originally, but I don't know. I don't really have the desire to go back to that channel right now. I don't know. It is what it is. Sometimes you just want to move on and do something different. And that's kind of how it happened with this channel. This channel might end up becoming my main channel now. It was originally supposed to be just like a little side thing, but I've been having such a blast that it's like, I just want to keep building and building and building, and I just want to keep talking to you guys. I've been looking forward to doing these builds every single day and recording and just yapping like crazy. And I'm surprised by how comfortable I've been with it so far, because talking is usually really hard for me. I'm not a talkative person in real life. So it's been kind of wild to come here and just be able to talk naturally. I mean, I'm not very good at speaking, to be fair, but that is what it is. But I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so that's cool. But here is the garden, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think it's sort of ugly. And again, I think that kind of comes with the fact that I'm not a gardening person, so I don't really know what a garden looks like. I know what a real life garden looks like, but I don't know what a garden like this looks like, where it's put together in a little space in the backyard, and I don't know. I don't like the way that turned out. I used fake plants, and that might be what I don't like about it. Maybe I'll go in and use planter boxes and stuff instead. I don't know. I just didn't dig it. And also, I'm sorry, I'm speaking so fast that I can't even like catch my breath. I didn't really like what I did with the pool, because I don't have a pool in real life. I don't really know anybody that has a pool in real life. The only time I go to pools is in hotels, so I didn't really know how to decorate it. And I kind of wish I would have kept is it a slide? Oh no, it's like a jumping board. I don't know. It's something. It's like a platform you jump off of and jump into the pool. But I end up deleting that because I thought it looked like it was too much for just like a regular home. And now I kind of regret that. I wish I would have kept it. It helped it look a little more finished. But you know, it's gone now. What are you gonna do? But here I am adding a few more plants and trees, just trying to fill in the space as much as I possibly can. And I'm doing a little bit of terrain painting, which looked horrid when I first started, but it gets better. I promise it doesn't stay looking like this. but I'm really happy with the front of the house. I think the front of the house looks good, but I don't know about the back. I don't know, you guys, but you know, they can't all be winners, am I right? Some things you're gonna like better than others when it comes to this game, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm so sorry. I felt like I was so rambly in this video, but I don't know, I'm just happy. I'm just happy and feeling good, and I look forward to doing these videos with you and talking to you guys, and I just love The Sims. I just love The Sims. It is so much fun building in this game. Oh yeah, and those are the sunflowers that I was gonna say earlier. I did give her some sunflowers because she loves them so much. Again, I didn't really know what to do with them, so I kind of just stuck them there, and it looked like they needed a fence, so I fenced them in a little bit and called it a day. I think it looks kind of ugly, but they're there, so there's a little bit of storytelling, and I did the best that I could. Okay, so that's the end of the day. That's what we do. We try our best. But yeah, that is it. That's it for this country chic home. I really hope you guys enjoyed this build and enjoyed the screenshots as well. There were so many of them. Again, I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but thank you guys so much for watching. Your support and kindness has meant the absolute world to me. I'm just a weird and awkward lady in her late 20s, so I'm grateful to have anybody watching these videos. I never really know how to sign off on these videos, so I'm just gonna say goodbye, and I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Bye, guys.